Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Sational Touch, eco-friendly, skin-friendly, pocket-friendly bath and body products for the entire family. We offer a whole host of products, such as our skin and scalp moisturizers. It's an excellent moisturizer for both hair and skin. We offer our natural skin bars. We have something for every palette. We have some scented with essential oils, fragrance oils like blackberry sage, as well as some that are unscented. Here's our pink sugar, a favorite amongst the young people. We also offer our shampoo bars, one of our newest additions, with organic ingredients, aloe vera, cucumber, neem oil. Your skin and hair will thank you. And we have our healing oils that are infused with herbs, our luscious oils that your skin will love. And then we have our body scrubs made with walnut shells and brown sugar. But we will not forget our classes. You can learn how to make your own sensational touch bath and body products in the comfort of your own home. Thanks for watching. Greetings, YouTube. This is Kamishita from Sensational Touch. I am at Kamishita's Corner. Yes, my corner. And what am I doing today? Well, as you can see, or maybe not, but I'm going to tell you that I am making soap. We are making a nice fall scented soap today. So yes, I'm Kamishita, the traveling spiritual soaper. And I'm not traveling today, but we will be talking about spirituality. So for everyone who has come to my channel before, welcome. Thank you for coming back. And if you've never been here before, welcome. And I hope you come back again. Please do click the notifications bell, subscribe to my channel so that the next time I upload a video, you will be sure to get it. So, welcome to Soaping and Spirituality, episode 5, where we are going to talk a little more in detail about ancestors. Yes, and I'm going to be making a soap that is a blend of cinnamon and anise. So it's a nice fall scent, nice warming scent. You're going to love it. I love both cinnamon and I love anise. Anise is like a licorice type flavoring scent, and when you make tea with it, you take some cinnamon sticks. I like to put some allspice, a little ginger, anise, a dash of pepper. It makes a wonderful spice tea. Any case, we're not talking about tea. We're talking about soap, and we're talking about spirituality. Okay, so this is one of those episodes where I make soap and talk about all things traditional African spirituality. And today I'm going to delve a little bit deeper into spirituality as I make my soap. So I'm going to add my lye water. All of my oils are measured out. I have my colorants. We have deep red. We have chocolate brown. And this is going to be white. All right, so on one of my episodes, I can't remember which one it was, we were talking a little bit about ancestors. And I just want to delve a little bit deeper into ancestors. Why? Because ancestors are very, very important. Without our ancestors, we wouldn't be here. Okay? And what are our ancestors? Well, ancestors are those people in your family, in your bloodline, your destiny line. That's on the bloodline is the paternal side of your family. Your destiny line is the maternal side of your family. That controls the destiny. And of course, the blood controls the bloodline, which is the paternal, the father's side. And those are the people in our family who have passed on, who have made their transition, who have lived their life and died, because that's what humans do. We are born, we live, and then we die. Just like our greatest ancestor, Wusser. He made that first choice to live and to live on through transcendence. So he will live on through his descendants. That was a choice that he made. And because of that choice, we got a chance to exist. So I'm adding my light water. So he made that choice. And because of that choice, we got the opportunity to exist. We as humanity. Not as a specific group of people. Not as any cultural group or any hue. But as humanity. The entire of human existence is in existence because of the choice that was made by the Neter Wusser, also known as Osiris, also known as Asar, okay, also known as Uzuri. All right, so he made that decision to live his life off through transcendence. That means he will live his life through his descendants, and because of that, we get to live too. We get to have a life too. But also because of that choice that he made, we don't live and then live on forever and ever. We live on and then we die. So we live our life knowing that we will die, and we are in hope that we will become ancestors. So when we pass, when we transcend, when we leave this physical realm, when we leave this physical body behind, we do become dead relatives, but we don't necessarily become ancestors. We become ancestors according to our Kemetic understanding and perspective of traditional spiritual teachings. We become ancestors through our descendants that are still living here on earth. Give me a minute. I'm going to blend this. So there is some frames of thought that are of the belief that once we die, we become ancestors. And Kemites understand that in order for us to become ancestors, we need our living relatives who are still in the physical form on this plane, on this earth, to do things for us in order for us to become ancestors. So it's not an automatic thing. They have to do specific acts to raise us to the level of ancestors. And also, we have to be accepted by the ancestors that are already in existence. So, ancestors are really important, but not everyone in your family who dies automatically becomes ancestors. We do automatically become dead relatives. So what do we have to do here? Well, I'm not going to get into the specifics of everything that we have to do here, but one of the most basic things that can be done in order to raise your ancestors from dead relatives, or rather, in order to raise your dead relatives up from the status of dead relatives to the status of ancestors, is to give them energy. And we can give them energy in many forms, and we can do that. One of the forms that we do it is in the form of an ancestral offering. Now, we were talking about the calendar. We talked about the calendar in some of our past episodes, because the calendar is very, very important. Now, you can give offerings to your ancestors at any time. But there is, according to our sidereal calendar, a more advantageous time for that to happen. A time where when we give our ancestral offering, our ancestors, our dead relatives, are more likely to receive it. Are more likely to receive that. And that happens, if you look on a sidereal calendar, on the day called Ancestral Holy Day. And that comes once every decan. Our decans are 10 days. So once every decan, Ancestral Holy Day comes around, and that is the day. I'm going to separate this into 3. So we're going to have one that will be brown. We're going to have one part of the soap that's going to be red, and one part of the soap that's going to remain white. I think I'll do a little bit more brown. Maybe I shouldn't have done that much, but that's okay. Oh, where are my spatulas? Oh, all of my spatulas are in the kitchen. Give me a second. I'm going to go get them. Okay, I'm back. Am I on? Am I rolling? Oh, yes, I am. Okay, I was checking the clock to see if it was moving. All right, so there are many different cultural understandings of how ancestors should be honored. I am just going to talk about the Kemetic perspective and way of doing that. Okay? So, this is not to say that, oh, this is the only way, and Kemites hold all of the understanding and all of the truth, and if you don't do it this way, it's wrong. No, this is just one understanding, one perspective on how you raise your ancestors. So one of the most basic things that you can do is give a food offering on that specific day, which is the most advantageous day to not only speak to your ancestors so that they can hear your wishes, but to also give them the energy through food offering so that they can get that food offering from you. Okay, you want to acknowledge them. You want to give thanks for the work that they've done in your life. You want to ask them to continue to work in your life. So when people tend to say once a person dies, oh, may his soul rest in peace, we want their soul to be at peace, but we don't necessarily want them to rest. We want them working on our behalf, on behalf of the living, their descendants that are still here, because their blood is still running through our veins. And we still are on our journey here on earth, and we need help. And we want them to not rest, but we want them to work in peace. So we want them to keep working on our behalf. So you can give them offering in the form of spiritual cakes. You can give them offering in the form of any food that you're cooking. You can give them their favorite food if they had a favorite food that they like to eat while they were here, or drink. You can put down milk. You can put down fruit with honey. The most important thing I would say is to give the food in a most pure state, you're being in the most pure state that you possibly can. And to put that food in a space that's designated for your ancestors. So you just don't want to have the food anywhere. You want to designate a space in your home that is a space where it's not frequently trafficked, and you want to dedicate that space to saying hi to your ancestors, to giving your prayers, to saying thank you for whatever work they might have done for you, and for asking for what you need, and for giving them those ancestral offerings. Okay? So you have a clean, designated space that you're not going to be using for other things. It's just going to be for you communing with your ancestors. You have that space designated in your home. And when you're giving those offerings, you want to be in as pure a state as possible. Now, if you want to do it in the Kemetic way, we always take a shower and perform a purification ritual first before we approach our ancestral space to keep that space pure. Because our ancestors are in a state that is a whole lot more pure than us. It's not like the divine world or the gods, but it's definitely more pure state than us here on earth as humans. So we want to present whatever food to them. We want it to be pure. We want us to be in a pure state as well. So if you are interested in wanting to know how we perform those purification rituals, you can go on the Earth Center's website, www.theearthcenter.org. That probably popped up on the screen just now. And you can get the Purifications book. There is a Purifications book that has the purification and the prayers that we call Zamzam in it. And if you would like to know how to do those prayers, you can just look in that book and you can follow along. If you have a way of praying, then you can do it your way as well. But I'm just offering you an alternative. So yes. Now, here's an important point. There are many people that say, well, wait a minute. Not all my relatives were very nice. I've had some relatives that have done some really messed up things while they were living. They may have been thieves. They may have even been murderers. They may have, committed acts that were not so nice. So we're like, why would I want to honor them? Why would I want to give them, any energy? Well, what we say as Kemites is, if you have any family members in your family, if your mother or your father have passed and they were a thief, then you are just the daughter or the son of a thief. If your mother, father, great-grandmother, great-grandfather, anyone in your family line were rapists, then you're just the son or daughter of rapists. It is not your place to judge. It's not your place to judge. So as Kim, we don't really judge. We don't judge our ancestors and say, nope, I'm not going to give them. I'm going to give these people and I'm not going to give that. There are some cultures where, they don't necessarily just give the ancestors offerings and call out for just everyone. They don't give offerings for all of their ancestors. It is not our place to judge. So we give our offering. We give it in a very specific way. We offer it to very specific people who have transitioned. Your mother's mother's mother and your father's father's father. I hope I said that right. We call out their names and we give it specifically to them. And we leave it up to our ancestors to judge for us. Because who are we? We're just humans. We're not here to judge. And we talked about the code that we are on. The only code that we really follow is the code of human behavior. We don't follow any of those other man-made codes that are out there that exist. We only follow one code, code of human behavior. And in that code of human behavior, it says that we should not misjudge or judge hastily. So it's not our place to judge. We don't judge. We give the offerings. We give it in the order to the ancestors or the dead relatives who we're supposed to dedicate them to and offer them to, and we ask them to give it to whomever it's supposed to reach. Oh, you see me? I'm talking and I almost forgot the most important thing. We're making the soap. The scent. We can't make Anise and cinnamon soap without having the Anise and cinnamon scent. And that's what we was about to do. Almost forgot. Alright, so we're going to mix this one more time because we want this to be mixed nicely. So this is going to be part of our fall fragrance line. Anise and cinnamon. I made some body butter with anise and cinnamon. Not for the public just yet, just for myself, because it's the first time I'm doing that fragrance. I wanted to kind of check it out. And I loved how it smells, so I'm going to definitely offer some to the public as well. To have some for sale on my Etsy shop. And it will be there to match, of course, this. So I have to add that onto my Etsy shop. And of course, if you're looking to order this, you can by emailing me at Kamisha at Kamisha's Corner. Which one should I do first? I'll do this one first. .com, and let me know that you would like a bar or 2 or 3. 3 is the limit of the Anise cinnamon soap. So this should be a nice blend of colors. All right, so getting back to ancestors. So we do not judge. We do not make the judgment call on who gets what. We offer it to our dead relatives, our mother's mother's mother, father's father, who have passed, and we leave it up to them to make that judgment call on who receives what. We just give it because, again, who are we? We're just humans. It's not our place to judge. So you don't have to worry about, am I giving my dead relative who was a horrible person offering? You don't have to worry about that. It's not your place to judge. You give the offering and you leave it up to others that are more divine, our ancestors that are existing in our bloodline and on our destiny line, meaning on our father's side and our mother's side, to make that judgment call for us. Okay? So, when we do those things, when we give our dead relatives that energy and that food energy, that prayer energy, when we make those offerings for them on those specific times of the month, that specific day of the Decan, that is one of the things that help to raise your dead relatives from being dead relatives into the land of ancestry. So, I wanted to give a little bit more insight into ancestors because of that. Everybody has ancestors. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter if you know who your ancestors are, who your relatives were. If you were born and you were given up for adoption and you don't know your parents, you still have ancestors on your bloodline and your destiny line. Just because you don't know them doesn't mean that you don't have them. We all do. We all have ancestors. So one of the first things that we can do, because without our ancestors, we wouldn't be here. We are here as a result of our mother and our father getting together, copulating, and the mom giving birth to us. And that's why we're here. It's a simple act. No God came in and said, yep, I want to make a man or a woman. I want to make this person. Nope, our ancestors who were humans, just like we are, who had all of the same fallacies and corruptions, just like us, got together, and that's how we became into existence. So we have to give thanks to our ancestors. And Kemiyu, our thought process is that we pay homage, we give reverence to them for our very lives. Because without them, we wouldn't be here. So we're thankful for that. So, although we practice traditional spirituality, no, we do not just forget about those that are not here on the physical form. We remember them. All right, so we are ready. I think I'm going to blend this a little bit more. I don't like that it's so runny. Wait, where is it? Okay. I'm going to hit this with the stick blender and let it get a little bit thicker. Oh, my glove is stuck. Oh, there we go. Let it get a little bit thicker because it's a little too runny for me. Much better. Alrighty. So again, if you are interested in getting any of my soaps in pre-order, you can get it for $1 off the online price while it's still curing. And all you have to do is send me an email at Kamishita at KamishitasCorner.com, and I will send you out an invite, because if you get it on the website, you're not going to get it for that price. So you have to send me an email so I can just send you out a separate invoice form, and you pay that, and then I will send you your soap. You can get as much as 3, and you will get it for $1 off the online price. Alright, so we're gonna, I think I'm gonna put the cinnamon looking color on the bottom. I'll put that in first. And then I will put a little white. And then I will put a little brown. I'm thinking I should have made this brown a little bit thicker. Darker rather, not thicker. But I didn't, which is okay. But I'm thinking if I was a little bit darker, it might have a more striking contrast of a swirl in the soap. Oh, I'm sorry, my hand is in the way. I'm not looking at the camera because I'm looking at what I'm doing, and I just realized my hand is in the way. So I can't do this the other way. I can't do it the other way because I am left-handed and I need to use my left hand. So we do some more pink. We will, should I do brown and then white? I'll do some more brown. Move it back this way. Nope. Yeah, move it back this way. A little bit off camera. And the last color, the white. Okay, I think that's going to be a nice swirl. Anise and cinnamon. Alright, so I'm just going to scoop out the rest, put it on top. As I have little bits, and I don't leave any soap behind. I scrape my bowls. It's kind of like making cake batter. You don't want to leave that lovely cake batter behind. Well, you don't want to leave the lovely soap batter behind either. Get all that wonderful soap batter out of here. Just kind of dump that on the top. And then when I'm finished, I'm going to give it a little bit of texture. So I hope you like my little soap and spirituality talk that we had today. A little further about ancestors. Oh, one more thing I wanted to say. As Chem people, we also understand that because our ancestors are so important to us, when we pray, we don't pray directly to the gods. We don't pray directly to Onyame or the Abosom or the Orishas. No. Or to the Neteru. No, we don't do that. We pray to our ancestors. We pray to and through our ancestors. And we do that because regardless of what entities might want to bless us and give us blessings, they also have to go through our ancestors. We can't just get blessings from any of the gods, any of the divine forces without getting permission from the ancestors. Because without them, we wouldn't be here. So they kind of stand as intermediates to the divine world. Not kind of. They stand as intermediates to the divine world. Intermediaries between us and the divine world. The divine world needed them in order for us to get here. And if we want to receive any blessings from the divine world, if we want to ask for any blessings from the divine world, we have to go through our ancestors. So when we pray to and through our ancestors. So all our prayers are directed to our ancestors. Am I in the way? We don't pray directly to any God or gods. We do the things that we need to do to honor our ancestors so that they will see us as favorable, and they will grant whatever gifts or wishes that we ask for, and that they will grant any gifts that divine world may have for us. And it makes sense, because who will be more inspired to work for you if they didn't have a direct connection to you? Our ancestors are the ones who have that direct connection to you. I'm going to smack this down to get out any air bubbles. I'll do it up here. Okay, so it's our ancestors who have that desire, that will, to want to see us do well, because we're a part of them. They are because we are because they are. We can't exist without them. They can't exist without us. They are a part of us, whether they are there on this plane or they are in another plane. Okay? So this is what the top looks like. I'm going to take a spoon and I'm going to give it, I think it needs a little bit more time. So I'm going to wait a little bit and give a little bit more time, and then I'm going to texture the top. Okay, so I let it sit for a while so it can get a little bit firmer, so that I can give it some kind of texture. Still kind of runny, but it should be able to give a nice texture anyway. Yeah, so we pray to and through our ancestors. That is how important our ancestors are to us as humans. We wouldn't be here without them. There is no divine force that can get you here without going through another human being that has been here already. And when they pass, they become our dead relatives, and it is up to us to raise them to the status of ancestors. So we need them, and they need us. So honor your ancestors. Don't forget about them. Okay, if you don't know, if you don't have a sidereal calendar, and you don't know what day is best to honor them, it's okay. You can honor them on their birthday. You can honor them on the anniversary of their death. You can honor them anytime you wish. There's no wrong time. Can't say, oh no, you can't do that day. Just as long as you honor them. And you keep on honoring them. And you don't let them rest. You ask them to work for you, to continue to work for you. For you and the rest of their family that are here on this plane, still living, having an earthly journey, so that you can continue to bring honor to your bloodline. All right, so there we go. This is our cinnamon. Oh, you see how it's moving? Let me keep this straight. This is our cinnamon anise soap. I will put some pictures at the end. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Please put comments down below. Let me know what other spiritual topics you would like for me to talk about, and let me know what soaps you would like to see me make. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye. See you in the next video. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up.